This is From the Ground Up, where we talk to entrepreneurs in all different industries and give you the down and dirty about what makes them successful. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and check back every Monday as we drop new episodes.
All right, what is up, everybody? We are here today with Dominic Miller. I really feel like you need no introduction.
Oh,
honestly.
thank you. That's
like,
nice
people
of you.
know,
That's nice of you.
People know who you are, but episode 85.
We're getting there.
We are getting there, and we are just so happy to have you on. I posted you on Instagram yesterday. You know, we do like a little teaser like the day before, and so many people responded, and they're like,
awesome.
"Oh my gosh, we are so excited."
That's cool. That's really cool.
I know, it is
to
cool.
hear from this guy.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Truly. Truly.
absolutely. And I think we actually just met in person for the first time at your golf tournament. Because you reached out, because, I mean, we're golfers.
Yeah.
And you reached out and you're like, "Are you going to be here?" And then I was like, "I mean, we pretty much go to every one." And I'm like, "Yep."
You're like, I'm there. I'm like, oh, you are?
We
Nice.
are
Thanks
gonna
for
be
coming.
there.
Well, that's what we were just talking about. I love that it was on the weekend, and it was the weekend without my son. And she texted, and I was like,
Yes.
"Done, check, let's go." And it was so fun. You had a
Thank
really
you,
good
guys.
turnout.
I'm impressed. Like, we had
good.
like a month and a half. I was like, hey, like I came in the office. I'm like,
Yeah.
Abby,
A
we're
month and a half to plan it?
I'm like, Abby, we're doing a golf tournament. She's like, there's so much has to go into this.
It's a lot.
I'm like, no, we'll be good. Like, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So I was like, okay, I want to get 72 people, fill like a full field, and then I started calling people. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get like 140, and then it like out of nowhere, it's like, okay, we've got 140 people.
Yeah.
We got a big goal. It was fun.
When
I
we
appreciate you
showed
showing
up, we were like, "Shit, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
here."
Was it all filled up? Because there was that one, there was two carts next to us. So I was like, okay, they must not have shown up. But then I was like, I looked back and I was like, it looks pretty full.
There was 132.
Okay.
Yeah, so a couple people didn't make it towards
Yeah.
the end, but 132.
Still,
There's a
and
lot.
can we give a shout out to Nathan Oxman?
Yeah. Oh God. Nice.
Nate Oxman, thank you for inviting us. You
Yeah.
were definitely a great time. You might have taken a little tumble there.
Oh, that was
I mean,
hilarious.
Did
That
you
was
remember that? He
Yes.
flipped off my golf cart. I was like, that was not my fault.
I started like running towards him, like, nice, dude.
That was
Yeah,
a fun
was
day.
fun.
so I mean, we'll get to the golf tournament. We'll get to all things good, but you're definitely a good vibe.
Thank you.
People
I
want to be
appreciate
around
that.
you. People are attracted to you. They just kind of vibe with you. But well, let's just get into it. This is called From the Ground Up.
Okay.
So give us a little. I mean, you don't have to go too crazy into it, but like, give us a little background. Where were you born? Your upbringing? Who are you?
Who am I? I'm
Who
trying
are
to figure
you?
that out still. Like, who am I?
It's always a work in progress.
Oh,
I
goodness.
know. Isn't that the question of
Yeah.
life?
It's like, what is this? Okay, so I'm from Northeast Wyoming, Sheridan, Wyoming. So it's a Montana border. It's like 30 to 40 minutes from Montana.
Ever been to Yellowstone?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the only thing going on in Wyoming.
Right?
Yeah.
That's like what people think about, right?
Have you been to Yellowstone?
No.
Yes.
Have you?
It has like the eruptions, right?
Yeah, the geysers, yeah.
Yeah, I think I went when I was like 8.
It smells like rotten eggs
It
everywhere.
does.
It smells horrible.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, kind of like
You
8
would.
dying too.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah.
Strange. So small
Wyoming.
town. Yeah,
Rotten
Wyoming.
eggs.
Small town. Wyoming. Sheridan does not smell like rotten eggs. Just Yellowstone. Yellowstone smells like rotten eggs. Sure, it's small. Like it's all ranching, farming, manual labor, and it's like 15 to 16,000. And it's funny because I'm not sure where you guys are from, but if you're you're both from here, okay.
Inglewood.
Inglewood, always up to no good. So
know
every
it.
time I talk to someone about like being from a small town, there's I'm from a smaller town, right? There's like this like little collective of like being from a small area. Wyoming's weird because you'll be an hour and a half from the next like 15,000 town, right? So it's like this, there's 2 escalators, one up, one down in Cheyenne. In high school, I drove 6 hours to Loveland and then 6 hours back to go to Chick-fil-A. Like there's like nothing going on up there.
Really?
Like nothing. Oh,
How many
absolutely
in your
not.
town
Absolutely.
did you say?
It's like 15. I think
15,
now
that
it's
is-
like maybe 18,000.
What did your parents do there?
My stepdad works for like an industrial company. They like it's a lot of oil and stuff, oil and gas up there. So he's in
Okay.
like the chrome department of like the big machinery stuff. My mother she's always worked with like disabled folks of some sort. She's got a big
So
heart.
did my mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now she works for the Child Care Development Center. It's younger kids that some sort of disability, usually developmentally, and trying to help them like get introduced into school or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So she works there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're just a small town boy.
Small town
big heart.
boy, big heart.
Town boy.
Yeah.
She's my ride or die, baby. She's my go. Yeah.
What is
Sorry.
this?
Dustin Lynch, Small Town Boy.
No idea.
Well, you're gonna know at the end of
I'll
this.
I'll cue it up.
when we make you reels after this, that'll be the background song.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay.
We got you. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. So yeah, lived there. I was single mother for a good chunk, like the first kind of first 6 years of my life was single mom, and we grew up tough, like pretty poor. We were in trailer houses, vehicles getting like repossessed, like just didn't have a whole lot. We've got a big family. Like my mom has 10 brothers and sisters. My grandma has 16 brothers and sisters, and like basically
16 brothers and sisters.
And
That's
like
crazy.
every woman has like probably 4 kids, like giant family.
Gosh.
Giant family.
Do you love that or not? I was gonna say hate, but hate's a strong word.
I hope everybody doesn't get a Christmas
That's a lot of
present,
people to
'cause
keep
that's
up with,
insane.
you
Oh,
know?
you don't.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have like this faction, and then there's like this faction. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, not everyone. I've got some people that didn't fall into that, but a lot of like drug and alcohol issues, right? So, and just kind of getting stuck in that like cog of like not getting out of that system. And I think like I grew up not knowing my father, and then I had a stepdad that came into my life like when I was like 6, I believe. And then he's got 2 children himself. And then they each had like 1 together. So we got 4 now. So like a good blended family.
Yeah.
And it was like a matter of, I think, growing up, just not having a whole lot, like not a lot of opportunity, not a lot of direction, chaos at home. It's easy to either fall in line with that or be like, hey, this is not who I am, what I want to be. And like, God bless that, honestly. I think that's like one of the biggest reasons I am where I am today is because there was just like all this I'm like, I don't want to be a part of that.
Did your mom try to instill that in you, or is that something you just had in you that you just knew?
Instill what?
Just be different or go on a different path.
She wants you to have more.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, my mom. Yeah, I would say so for sure. I think she's always been like a good driving force behind me, and I think something that they do really well was, you know, they kind of knew where they were at, and they worked hard to get out of where, you know, because they each came from that as well, like kind of broken, and how did they shape themselves? And I think that she was always teaching me and then showing me like, hey, this is where like our slip ups came. This is like where I could probably be a little bit better at this, right? So it was easier to learn from her in those aspects.
I mean, it's good to have a driving factor, but it's also in you. It's
For sure.
It's
Yeah, for
something
sure.
in you.
For sure.
To want that and to be like, this, I choose this.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know we keep interrupting you.
No,
Keep
it's
going.
good. No, it's fine. No, and I would say like to that point, right? Like, I was always in sports. Like sports are a big part of my life.
What
growing
kind?
up. I kind of did. I did a lot. Wrestling, baseball, football were like the main ones.
Yeah.
I really liked wrestling. Was like my favorite sport, and then baseball.
Yeah.
I was like a little kid, so football I wasn't the best at football. Not very great, but those are like the 3 sports I played.
Yeah.
But like in that, right? Like and again, like where I'm from, it's weird because there's people that have like very big money, and then there's just like there's a big gap.
Yeah.
Like you're working at Walmart, you're doing oil field work, or like your family makes a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like with all the sports, I'm like hanging out with all those people, and I think that like being introduced to that like completely, that was like a shell shock, right? I'm like, oh, they don't have the same like 2 bedrooms to the left, 1 bathroom in the middle of the trailer house, double wide. Like being out of that, I'm like, oh wow, there's so much more to this, right? So I think it was just like seeing what other people had. I'm like, I want this. I want this, yeah. And it's kind of stuck with me.
So you graduated high school from there. When did you move out of the town?
Yeah, so I moved out right 2020. So I met my wife in high school.
Wait, in 2020 you graduated?
Oh no, sorry, no, it's back up. I graduated in 2016. I'm young, but not that young.
Okay, I was like, my goodness.
No, young. Yeah, I'm 20 years old. No, graduated high school in 2016.
Got it.
And you met your wife in high school?
Met my wife in high school. Yeah,
Love that.
It's the best.
Yeah.
We were. It's so silly, but she's like at the same gym that I was working out at, and she doesn't even really remember, of course. But I could do like a lot of pull-ups as a kid. Like a lot of pull-ups.
I mean, no flex.
No
flex.
I mean, that's basically what it was. Basically, I'm like, I can do so many pull-ups. I remember she had like her trainer there, and she's working out, and I was like trying to hit on her, and I'm just. There's like the bench before, and there's the pull-up bar, and I was just like, I think I just did nothing but pull-ups all day. I'm like, she has to be looking at me. She like didn't look at me once, like didn't care. Only
So
I
not
care
the
about how
same
many
high
pull-ups I
school.
do.
This was in a gym.
In a gym, yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. She was a fit girl. Yes,
She
she
was
was
a fit
nice. She was
girl.
a fit girl. Yeah, so that was didn't make it very far with the pull-ups, but I thought that would be like, hey, this is gonna woo her over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't do so much.
Ron Burgundy.
But it did.
Maybe not. Yeah, seriously, right? Yeah. not that spot.
But it did.
But it
win
did
her
at some
over.
point. At some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not the pull-ups. I hope not the pull-ups.
Well, I think we gotta ask her.
Ask her. Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah.
What was it that got you a dog?
Oh god, if it's the pull-ups, that's ridiculous.
Now we gotta hear the story. Okay, so you met at the gym.
So I'm at the gym, and then where it's nothing. We Snapchat, right? Like it's nothing crazy. We're in high school, so we're Snapchatting, and then we're like, there's this pond, Canode. And Canode it's like Powderhorn's where all the rich kid lives, and then there's like the Canode pond right there. So everyone meets at Canode and jumps in the lake, and the girl across the street hates all the kids. She always calls the cops, always gets in. She was very clean, never gets in trouble. I was kind of the opposite a little bit. I'm like, okay, we'll be we're gonna be cool. We're not gonna do anything ridiculous. Get into the pond, and then of course the sheriff, the cops come, I'm like, oh, this is the first time we hang out. The cops are coming. I'm like, oh, this is never never going to work. Oops. But then we just kind of started hitting it off, and that was really cool. Getting introduced to her and her family because they it was the complete opposite. I had this S10. It's my first truck was an S10, and it had this green, shit green, had rust holes all on the side. My stepdad had to weld this piece of iron underneath because we thought it was gonna fall apart. Right, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
And then I pull up to her house this massive Taj Mahal. I'm like what? Where am so different. But in growing up poor like that, not understand you're always. I think a lot of people think oh, well, they're wealthy, they're this. So you kind of start stereotyping that way,
absolutely.
right? It's so different from what I've ever been accustomed to. And that's just part of that culture is oh, these people have this, so they're snobby or this or that or whatever that might look like.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which is sad, but that's how it is.
No, it's so true. I'm sorry. The first time I
was literally
the
thinking
first
that.
time Sarah and I hung out, because I kind of grew up the same way that you did, and I met Sarah, and she took me to her house in Arvada, and we pulled in, and I walked through the garage. I remember this house. You walked into the kitchen, and then there's just huge family, what I thought was huge at the time, and you look up, and there's these. Where people could walk upstairs, and I'm where are we? What do your parents do?
Yes.
She's like, well, my dad works for the city, and my mom, and I'm just this
You're
is
that's
insane.
it. Yeah, right.
But no, I get it. And
Yeah.
you're oh,
yeah.
how do I eat if I have to eat
For
with these people?
sure.
What fork do I use?
For sure.
Totally get it.
I went home to my mom they have 2 buttons on their toilet. I was I'm serious. I'm there's one for poop and one for pee. What the hell is this? They have 2 buttons. That was crazy to
Yeah.
me.
So funny.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but they did a really good. At first, of course, you're dating the oldest daughter the first. No one loves that, of course. But then, after some time, we all start warming up to each other, of course, and it was cool to see you get the opposite side of maybe where you're at, and then you start breaking down some of those predetermined thoughts, maybe limiting beliefs about who people are, how they are.
Absolutely.
And her father, they grew up poor too, and he ranches and works hard, just does manual labor, and he built something himself, from the ground up as well,
Hey.
And so it was just cool to have that kind of a person and that kind of a role. We get along very well, and it was interesting to be from one side, come to the other side, and especially as a child, you're still trying to figure yourself out. And I think that's what's really cool about our relationship is as I'm learning myself, as she's learning herself, we're growing together. Which I
That's
think is,
exactly
very
how
special.
Shay and I are.
Yeah.
It's funny because you see, so of course, she sees things the opposite way, but you come into her life and show her a different way of thinking,
For
which
sure.
is what Shay had done for me.
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah, and
Right.
opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I did the same. So it's just those things that we never had in the childhood. That it's just okay, here's the world in total, coming from 2 different perspectives, and
Yeah,
that
it's like a
dynamic,
beautiful
it is.
It really is, yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just learn, and people need to open themselves up to learning more. I think just in general, but that's a great way to do is diverse yourself into something different.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll start learning some stuff that's new.
Yeah.
But I guess the long segue to get back to your question. In high school, I worked a lot. So in the mornings, because what I was very, very focused on I need to get the hell out of this cycle. I don't want to do this. I want to do something bigger than this. And I knew that college wasn't my thing. I'm like, I'm not gonna go to school and like that's not gonna be who I am, right? So in high school, I would go to I worked at the golf course at the fancy little powder room place. We would do maintenance crews. So I'd get there at like 5 a.m., work there until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then I would go to college classes, and I went to the high school, and then I worked from 3 to 10 at the hotel. So I was like always working 2 jobs like throughout high school. And then grinding. Yeah. And I did that until it would get to like wrestling season. Then I went to work, and then I could do it over again. And then I moved to
2 jobs,
please.
School and sports.
2 jobs, school and sports, yeah.
And maintaining a really nice relationship.
Yeah.
Not busy at all.
Not busy at all, but it's good. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
But then, so Ashton's, that's my wife. She's a nurse. And we both wanted to get out of Wyoming. We're like, there's not a ton of opportunity here. There's like no diversity. It's the same thing, right? Like you go to Walmart and it takes 2 hours because like I know I'm gonna see you. Like everyone's friendly, right?
Gosh, that would just
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's nice. Like everyone's super nice, right? And I think that's like a big foundation of who I am is like that small town thing. 'Cause I know that like there's 4 black people in Wyoming. They all know who I am. Like they're gonna remember what I said to them or whatever. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get this connection, but it becomes a lot. Anyway, so we moved to Denver. I think it was like November. Yeah, right after Thanksgiving of 2020, right when COVID happened.
Okay.
So we moved downtown. Ashton was going to get a job
as a nurse.
Still.
Assume, yeah.
And then at that point, I was doing project management for a construction company, like doing exterior sales. And they had like there's like a part of a franchise, so the franchise was also in Denver. So I'm like, okay, I'll move here. Moved downtown. We're like, this will be sweet. Like complete opposite, of course, Wyoming. And then 3 months later, like we had COVID, so then we're like just stuck in this apartment complex. We're like, what the hell did we move downtown for?
Yeah.
Well, was she going crazy? Like, did she find a nurse job that she was just busy?
Yeah.
Oh, good question. Actually, her first what she did at the very first when she moved here was she worked in an infusion center. So she would go in like people with some sort of like health
diabetes.
Oh God, that's the wrong person. It's like autoimmune deficiencies.
Yeah, okay.
So
Got it.
who knows what that looks like?
Yeah.
To be honest. But different autoimmune issues.
So she wasn't on the front lines of COVID,
No.
just on. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
which was like nice.
Yeah,
which was nice.
But going downtown in Denver during COVID, it was a ghost town down there.
It was a ghost town.
So
yeah,
you
it was
guys
weird.
did move in the wrong time because you guys were probably like, let's get out and party.
Yeah.
Let's go out and do this, that. And
Yeah.
it's just,
It's like psych. We're down.
We had 3 months of like a lot of fun, and then I'm like, oh, nothing's going. And I was doing exterior sales in homes.
You
I couldn't
must have
do
moved
anything.
in 19.
Yes,
November
19,
of 19.
sorry.
Okay, because you said
19.
20. Okay, so yeah. So
Yes,
you
you're
did
right.
have like a good 3 months.
3-month runway.
And then, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you were working in project management.
Did business slow down from COVID?
Business slowed down a lot from COVID. I mean, I was still doing fine, but it was all like in-home sales, and like for that, it's not like a necessity by all means. Like your exterior, So like, it wasn't super busy. So I did a lot of skateboarding. That was fun. Like I skated downtown. It was like no one was around. That was really cool. But that's like another piece that like led me into real estate. I was, I didn't really enjoy like making promises like you guys with homeowners. I'm like, hey, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this. But like I'm not doing any of the work, and then like the crew like fucks everything up. And then like
it comes back on you.
It comes back on me, and like, I'm like prideful to a fault.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm done with this. I can't keep making these promises. Like I need to do something that like everything's on my shoulders. I determine my outcome. If it's wrong, it's like on me. Like that's why I really liked wrestling. Like it's very independent, right?
Facts.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
if I
Golf.
lose,
Golf,
same with golf.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
It's like it's on you. You have no one to make
Yeah.
no one to make the excuse.
Yeah, like when I'm doing good and you just shank it, I'm like, you're a piece of shit.
But
yeah.
Yes.
So you moved into real estate. You were like, I'm just going to do this, or did you know somebody who kind of?
Yeah, what
good
led
question.
you into real estate from project management?
So there's this guy, Greg. He's an attorney, real estate developer in Sheridan, and like he's like been like an idol to me. He did a lot of developments in that town, and like again, it's so small that the community really comes together for some stuff. So he developed this like restaurant, and I was helping them. I was like always in the restaurants when I was growing up. So I was there helping to get that restaurant started, and it was just really cool to see like everybody come together, like the developer, the business owners, the restaurant people, and then like the community kind of embraced that. So after that, like that was like a turning point when I was a child. I was like, this is really cool. Like I want to be able to like do something to make like a change and like be able to be like, I did that. And that's a little egotistical, of course, but it's like I did that, right? So once we was in that COVID piece, I'm like, this is kind of dumb. I don't want to door knock for
Yeah.
roofs or exterior or whatever. So I was like, I wanted to get in development. So I think real estate would be great for like my own personal investment. I'm like, let's just give it a shot.
And so you were door knocking before.
Oh God, yeah. I door knocked for like 2 years.
So
Montbello, just door knocking.
Sales.
Door knocking
that's
is hard, and I feel like that gives a lot. We've heard a lot of real estate agents start with door knocking, and I think it gives you the foundations that really make you successful in real estate because you have to have very hard conversations with people
sure.
who don't want to have the conversations.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You have to get
Yeah.
doors literally slammed in your face.
It creates
Yeah.
this tough skin that you that you need in this
Door
business.
knocking, cold calling.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Door knocking would be the worst, though. I don't even know if I could do that.
Door knocking
rough.
was bad.
I remember in
bad.
like
It was
elementary school,
bad.
you know how you would have those fundraisers for your school?
Oh, yeah.
And,
you had to sell
I
candy bars?
loved it back
Yeah.
in the day,
Yeah.
though. And I'd like knock on my neighbor's door and then be like, God,
Yeah.
get out of
Yeah,
here.
but that's like fun and cute.
It
They're
is
like, "Oh, it's a
fun,
cute
but when you're an
kid."
adult, they're like, no.
Give me
Yeah.
$10,000 for your gutters.
Right,
Yeah.
seriously. They're like, I don't care about my gutters. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was good, but I agree with you. It did give me like a good foundation. And then like cold calling was like not an issue. Like doing door knocking for 2 years, I'm like, I don't have to like see them. Like,
Yeah,
Oh
I just
yeah.
have to
Like
call
all I have to
them?
do is call. I don't have to
Yeah.
like walk around in this heat. Like
Right.
this is nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what got it started.
So I got started, yeah,
Okay.
and then I didn't know anybody. So I looked for, and I didn't really know anyone in Colorado, honestly, either. I've got some aunts and uncles that live up north, but outside of that, I didn't really know anybody. So I was like, well, let me find I didn't really want to work for one person specifically and be like an assistant or anything. I was like, I'll get on a team, someone that can give me some sort of lead. And I thought that would be like a similar orientation to what I was already doing. So I found like a small team that like did cold leads or whatever, and I just like started calling, and that's how I started.
Did you get any type of base pay to start, like just a little one, or did you go straight commission?
Straight commission.
How did that conversation, I mean, obviously she believes in you and loves you. How did that conversation go with your wife from having probably a pretty decent base pay with commissions on top of that to being like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to go straight commission. Let's see what happens.
Good question. I went straight commission when I was 19. So that's what so since 19 I was like straight commission.
Oh, even with
Yes.
this project management.
In the project management, yeah. I was like, I took a leap with this guy, and I was like, hey, I was like working at a bank or something. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I knew I'd be good at sales.
Yeah.
I was doing I didn't know what the hell I wanted. I was in EMT school. I'm like, I want to be a firefighter. I'm working at the bank. I'm driving a motorcycle with a suit on. Like I was doing way too much,
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, I knew this guy, Ryan, and I really liked his son. We were good buddies. He's like, hey, I think you'll be great at this. Like, come try it out. So I talked to him, and I'm like, yeah, this seems fine. And then I made like $90,000 at 19, and I spent all of it, of course. And I'm like, I don't need to be an EMT. I don't need to be a teacher. I don't need to be a firefighter. Like, sales is my role. I'm
Yep.
like, this is where I'm going to be.
Okay, so you did well in that role.
Oh,
it
for
just
sure.
wasn't your thing. It didn't
wasn't my
didn't
thing.
fulfill you.
No, yeah, I did really well. Like I started there, and like quickly I was like the number one guy, and then I went to Colorado, and I was like the number one guy
Okay,
there.
you left that part out.
Oh yeah,
You
so
left
that's like
that
I
part
try to be
out.
humble, but yeah, I did good. I did well.
Yeah. And
I
let's
did well.
just, before he starts getting into his real estate stuff here, I just want to kind of say that you did have your year of 2024, Dominic, hit 39 million with 73
sides.
73 transactions.
Yes.
So from
Right.
2020 to 2024, you grew from 0 to 39 million. Is that what you said?
In 1 year. No, he did that in 1 year, in 2024. But
Well,
yes,
I know.
yes.
I know. That's what I'm saying. From 0 sales to a 39 million a year sales.
Yes.
Do you absolutely understand what kind of accomplishment that is in the toughest market? Not that we've ever, but
Sure.
apparently people have never seen.
Oh,
But
it's tough.
we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mind-boggling.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
Very
should
crazy.
know
Thank
that
you.
that's absolutely insane.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like day one, feet on the street. So you get started with this team that gives you some cold leads. What happened from that to now
Yeah.
in 4 years?
So my first year, it was, I've got like a drive in me that's like, we're going to go. Like, we're going to go. And I'm super competitive. So like we get here and there's like all these names on the wall, right? And they're doing all these deals. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, we'll figure it out. So the first year, I think I did like 18 my first year, which was awesome. I I don't know.
Right.
Like,
You don't know what you don't know.
I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm like, okay, I need to call. Great. I'm like, I'll just call. So I just spent all my time calling.
Was it
We're
Zillow?
like, yep,
What
that-
was it? Yeah.
We're on
he
the same
did-
page today.
He did a lot of like SEO, PPC leads.
Okay.
Like very low, very, very low intent. Like
pay per click, but
Yes.
but like it could have been for anything.
Oh, God,
They wanted a King Supers basket, and they got you.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So you're like scrubbing through hundreds. Like it's
Right.
gonna take a while to get someone.
Okay.
But I'm like said I'm gonna do this. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and like make promise to my wife. I'm like, well, at the time my girlfriend, of course. But I'm like, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna like grind, and understood like this is what it's gonna take to kind of get there. So I mean, it was nothing special. Like everyone always asks that question, like, what do you do different? And I think it's just like not necessarily hard work, but it's like very disciplined, I think. So like we had this map out, and it's like, okay, I looked at, okay, how do I get to my first goal year was like, how do I get to 15 sales? So like, okay, if I convert X amount of this, and I just went backwards, right? I'm like, okay,
It's
well
all
then-
about the numbers.
It's all about the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that I need to make 40 conversations a week, so like, or a
Right.
day per week. So I just like, no matter what, I just made 40 conversations. I'd like track it down, and like,
Right.
then when I started doing deals. It was great. And then the next year, I was okay. So I did.
So 18 deals the first year.
18 deals the first year.
By just straight discipline and making sure you have X amount of conversations every single day.
That was it. Yeah, it's just
The
like
greatness tracker all over again.
It is a greatness.
Yeah, I mean-
dude, it works.
I know it sucks, but it works. Yeah, it's like it
sucks,
just
but
holds you
works. Yeah,
accountable.
it does.
And that's the
does.
biggest thing. It
Yeah.
just like holds you. You do what you need to get do and get done.
Yeah.
So it was 18. I don't remember the second year. The second year was like 26 or 30 or something. And then the third year was like my blow up year. Like that was my blow up year. That was great. I did 58. That was awesome. That was all by myself. Like I didn't have an assistant.
58 transactions or 58 million?
58 transactions.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at this point, are you still making that amount of calls?
Yeah.
So you're doing all of this real estate deals. On top of that, still looking for the future, making the calls that you need for the business to come.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yes.
With no assistant.
With no assistant. Yeah. So I was just grinding, grinding. Like I had to, and again, I think I'm very disciplined, but I had to have like I couldn't like go to sleep if I was like, I didn't get what I needed to get done today. Like I'm just like ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
So I'd have like my calendar segments in like 15-minute increments, and it was like way too much. But it was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at 4. Ashton goes to work at like 4:20, 4:30ish. So I was like, wake up at 4. We're gonna have like coffee and hang out for a little bit, and then she's gonna go to work, and then I go to the gym, right? And then it's like, okay, for this first 45 minutes of my gym, I'm gonna listen to the book. When I get back, I'm gonna have my me time and ice bath, and then like everything was so segmented. But it was crazy. Like I had like an hour 45, I think, of like time scheduled with Ashton. Like that's all we had. But I was like, we have to, and I kept telling her like, hey, one more year. Like we're so close, but like I have to keep doing this if we want to get to where like we want to be.
Good for her. She's strong because
God
that's
bless her.
hard.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I get it. Like as
Yeah.
women, when we feel like we're neglected,
Yes.
then it's like, no, you don't love me anymore.
Yeah.
Like don't neglect me. But I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah. How did you stay present in that relationship for an hour and 45 minutes a day? I mean, obviously a lot of understanding on her side, but what would you do to make that work?
Yes, I think that one, that's a skill that like still working on. Like I think everyone can be better at that for sure. Two, I think the most of it, like of the praise, has to go to her. Like what you said, being like okay with that for sure, because that's a lot. And she still works she works 12-hour shifts. Like so she does that, and then I'm like, I get home at 8, and she's like, okay, like how that we get that little bit of time.
Yeah.
So I think to answer your question, it was like we mapped it out like on the calendar. So okay, when we're doing dinner, like we're gonna do dinner.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that
Like phones away. Concentrate on each other. Yeah.
And it's something I tell everybody. And like it took me until year 3 until I had to figure it out to really understand it. But it's like set some boundaries with your clients, right? Like you don't, and I know like it's 7 p.m. like I got to lead, or I need to call this person back. Like you always want to be Johnny on the spot. But it's like it just creates chaos. Like it just creates chaos.
Yeah.
It really does. And like fortunate for me is I was doing so many transactions that I had to figure out like how do I systemize this and how do I get some time back. And like once I figured out like, okay, between this hour and this hour I do calls, between this hour and this hour I do emails, this one has to do text. That gave me some free time like after work to just focus on like her and I's relationship or my own personal time or whatever. So I think how did we do that? I think I just got so busy with stuff, like just daily stuff. That I'm like, okay, how do I filter this and like buy myself some time?
But you're
So-
mindful of it. You're very mindful of it.
What were these conversations that you were having with clients? Like if you're calling on, on all of these people who may or may not be interested in real estate, do you lead with real estate or do you lead with personal? Because if you're making back-to-back appointments, how do you cut out the fluff to get to the point of what your point is of let's get to the closing table?
Question.
That is a good question. That's a really good question. I think I've got really good phone skills. And I think that led from door knocking a little bit, to be honest, as well. So I think I had this map, and a lot of people have heard about it, but it's like LP Mom is like what I focused on. So it's like location, price, mortgage, trying to figure out what the payment is, agent, and then it's LP Mom, and then it's what the hell, L, location,
what is LP
price,
Mom?
mortgage.
What's the acronym?
LP Mom, I'm blanking.
MOM?
LP Mama, LPMAMA. Location, price, mortgage, agent, something else. I'll come back to it.
Assets has
and then
to be one of them.
appointment.
Appointments.
Appointment's the last one.
Okay.
Damn, I can't. Sorry. Location, price, motivation, agent, mortgage, appointment.
Never heard that before.
I have never heard that
really?
either.
No.
So that's what you're trying to get is the information. What's your location? What's your price?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that would be like the cadence of my call, right? So it's like, because you get this random cold lead, right? They don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
It's like Betty in Florida looking for like granddaughter or something. Like, I'm just looking. And it's like, okay, where are you looking at? So like focus on like the location, then you try to understand the motivation.
Okay.
The agent's like, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. Like, do you have an, and then just like introduce that conversation of like, you need an agent. And then mortgage, that introduces them to a lender, figure out the monthly payment. And then like the last one's like setting an appointment. So I would try my best to like stay on that track and like spoke out, right? So like, okay, let's talk a couple points on location and like, I'm bringing you back. Like I got shit to do. I'm bringing you like right back to
Okay.
Who
this.
taught you that or where'd you learn that?
With the company, they gave us that framework of the LP Mama. He's like, this is like kind of the call script. Is like kind of the training that we did.
That's crazy. I have never heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was and that was a framework. When I was in, a lot of credit I would give to this guy John Kalura. God bless John. I know he's watching. He was like the consultant for the roof. That's like the exterior company that I worked for. So he would fly in once a month and he would hang out for 2 or 3 days and like really focus on like sales skills. And they had like this like, it's called Rodney Webb University, and it's for basically any like HVAC exterior stuff. But it was just like this sales organization. So he would come once a month for 3 days. And I was very young, very impressionable, and he was like big, full of energy, man, had the Louis Vuitton belt. So I was like,
Typical sales guy.
Typical sales guy.
Yeah.
So it was like very easy for me to be like, I want to be John, right?
Right.
Like I was like, I want to be a sales consultant. I want to do this. So he spent a lot of like, I think me kind of giving myself to him in that regard. Like he spent a lot of time with me on the sales piece. And I think that like, if anything, really helped me understand like how the psychology behind sales works, like how we need to like lead the clients, make sure they feel heard, but like lead them still. So that would like help the roadmap, I think.
I gotta say, so, okay, I'm going back to 39 million on year 4. That's just insane. And like, people are going to be listening in to be like, how do you do it? Right. Because we have a lot of newer agents listening and be like, what the hell do you do? And so you have, you're holding yourself accountable to metrics, which is great. But a lot of other agents do that as well. A shit ton of other agents do that as well. And they are not producing 39 million. And you are a very, very humble person. And I definitely appreciate that about you.
Yeah.
But what do you think it is outside of good phone skills and having that, that guy helping you with sales and your metrics? What do you think it is about you that got you to 39 million in 4 years?
I think it's a good question. I think it's the discipline. I think there's people that are better than me on the phone. There's people that are more attractive, people that are better connected. I mean, I'm not like saying I'm the best by all means, like in any regard.
Pretty damn good.
Thank you. But I do think I'm very, very disciplined. And I think that every single thing that we do, and this is how I think in my brain, everything we do is like it's a choice. And like every action that you make, you have a choice. So it starts like the time you get out of bed. It's like, do you make your bed or do you not make your bed? If you, and like, it's like extreme, of course, but it's like, if you don't make your bed, like you're starting your day off making the decision to take the easy way and be lazy. Like it's so simple to just pull your
I didn't
damn.
make my bed today.
Yeah. Like I would. Yeah. So I had like the whole like an hour-long conversation, like going off my family about like you need to start making your fucking bed. Like, make your, you know what I mean? But
Damn.
But it's those. It's like just those habits. Like I think like the habits that we do. Like I don't think people understand like how important that is. Like you get so consistent with it, right? So like I am very like I have to go to the gym at this point. Like if I don't go to the gym, I'm like I wasted my day. You're such like you're worthless. You have to get to the gym, and that's like again very intense. But it's like that's the habit that I make because now it's like I did something hard. Like I started my day off doing something hard.
Yeah.
Like at 4:30 this morning, I'm like in the gym.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like the rest of my day just kind of gets a little bit easier. So I think making sure you're very disciplined is one. I think having like a correct intention is the other. Like there's no sense in like just picking up the phone just to call. Like, oh, I did my 40 calls, I called.
With intention.
Like do it with intention. Otherwise, just don't do it at all. Like you're just wasting opportunity. You're wasting time. You're making it harder on yourself. Like if you're just like, shit, I have to make my calls today, and you just call and like you're just going through the motions. Like to me, there's no sense in even like just like take a break. Just don't do it.
Well, then that leads into my next question of at what point you're like, okay, I've done X amount on my own. I know I can do it. Now I need an assistant. And did you think that hiring an assistant might have made you lazy moving forward? Like now all this is taken off my plate. I can sit back and relax and I can, not work as hard. Did you know, because some people do have that mentality. Now that I have an assistant, I don't have to work as hard as I did.
Are you asking was that my thought process when I was hiring her or as of now?
Or just what was it that you're like, okay, now I need an assistant. Now I've made it far enough.
Yeah, I don't think you ever feel like you're lazy, but
not lazy,
No, I
but
see
you know what I
saying.
mean? But once
I
somebody
can take some time off.
Yeah.
But sometimes that changes people's mentality. When I first hired an assistant, I falled back from my business a little bit and I was like, oh, she's got that. I'm gonna go over here and cook my pasta or whatever, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No, good question. So 2023, I did the 58 and it was fourth quarter. And I'm like, fourth quarter, I think it's the best quarter of the year. I think like everyone kind of takes time off, right? So there's a lot of room to go
get your
there.
ass in there.
Yeah. Like I love fourth quarter is the best. You build up your next year. But anyways, you also have a lot of time to reflect and like think. And so that's when of course people start doing the business planning. So I was like, well, how am I going to, because I'm like up and to the right. I was just like, how do I keep going up and to the right? And then it gets back to your question earlier, like, how do I spend time with Ashton? Like, all of a sudden, like, I kept moving the goalpost further back. And I'm like, okay, this is no longer, like, what's the most important. Like, doing the deals is, like, no longer most important. Like, I need to find time to, like, spend with Ashton. I need to find time to do things that I like to do. So I went to a Tony Robbins conference, and that was great. It was
that'll get you.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna be rubbing people's shoulders. It was weird, like walking on fire, seeing. Like I didn't like a lot of that. But I was there, and like after I was like reflecting after. I'm like, I need to buy some time back. So I didn't think it would necessarily make me lazier or work less. I really took it as this will allow me to do so much more because like I'm like working through this, but like I hit 58 and then like I don't give myself enough time to like, oh, that was awesome. You did 58. It was immediate like, okay, I got to do 70 next year. Like
take a break, take Ashton on a trip real quick,
We're working on that. Like working on like how to celebrate the wins. But it was like, that's what it was. It was like, okay, I hit my goal. Like we beat the goal. And it's like, okay, well now there's a new goal. And I was like, there's no way I can do this myself. So I posted a job on Indeed or whatever and did some interviews and then hired Abby. And that freed up a lot of time. And so my main focus with that was, okay, I can do a little bit more. I can spend more time at home and live a little bit. I'm like, all I've been doing is working. Sense. I don't have friends. I just like, all I do is work.
Yeah.
But then like just me being who I am, I'm like, well, shit, I got all this. I'm like, I can do so much. I got all this time back. Like, and then with having her, like we started focusing on systems and like making sure things are really dialed. And then like that year, just like we just cranked. Like I had so much, all this like stuff that we could delegate. She could focus on things that I was slacking. She kind of picked up on. Yeah. So then we did 73 that last year.
And statistically, 2024 last year was not a great year statistically.
Sure.
Some people was thriving. Some people quit. So I mean, for you to do that much in a hard, year is absolute, like that's absolutely insane. And
Thank you. Thank you.
So now you've come up and you've built all this success. You have an amazing assistant. You're spending more time with the wifey, it sounds like.
We got some
right?
time. Yeah, we got a lot more time.
You got some time.
Trips,
and
yes.
and you coming from such a humble and great background, I kind of feel like you found it in yourself that you've wanted to give back, and now you've started a nonprofit within 4 years of being an agent, which is insane. Can you tell us kind of like what it is and how that came to fruition and why?
Yeah. So I moved brokerages in April. And it was like a lot. I'm not sure. Have you guys moved?
April of 2025?
Of this year, yes.
Yeah, we've moved before, and it's
it's hard.
It sucks.
Everybody's like, it'll be easy, smooth transition. You're like, okay.
Oh, it sucks. Yeah, that sucks. So like a lot of things were like spinning at the time. So I was like, hey Ash, we need to go on a vacation. Within the day, she like booked it, of course. She's like, yep, gave her the word. She's like, done. So we went there, we went to Cabo and like just spent some time. And I focused on like and I'm like young, of course, this sounds silly, but I was focusing on like, where have I been? Where am I going? Like, where am I at like right now? And then like, where do I want to be? So I was like kind of focusing on like those 4 like progressions. And then like a lot of what I was thinking about came back to like where I'm from and like how it's just such a community. It's like such a big community sense. Like my buddy Tucker, he's a very entrepreneurial, but now he's at this new like ice endeavor, which I'm like, how that we're selling ice, but it's so weird. But like everyone in the community is like supporting him and coming around him and like helping build him up. And being in Denver, it's like one thing I've always thought like it's too big for a community. Like it's too big. You can't really make an impact on anybody. Like I'll never see these people again. And that was just like a shift in my thought process. Right, like going from like I'm gonna see this person every day to like I don't see the same person twice ever. So when I was sitting there, I was really focusing on what's important to me. Like I realized like I said earlier, like I'm hitting these goals and then like it just gets bigger and then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, like the feeling of like accomplishing that goal, like the pressure of the new one outweighs like accomplishing that. So I was like, there's got to be more to like what I'm doing. It's not just about transactions.
Yeah.
So then I started thinking about like, okay, well, how can I make this more meaningful than just like selling homes, like just doing deals and selling houses. And most of my clients, like at the time, like 2 years ago, 63% of my business were like expireds or withdrawn. So it's a lot of people. Oh,
really?
Yes. Yeah, 63.
Okay.
So like those are always like, they're not the most happy. Usually they're selling because of death, divorce, or whatever, right? So there was like this constant in my life, I think, from like the time I grew up, my mom helping disabled folks, whether it was an adult or a child, to me getting help, to be honest, from plenty of people like kind of taking me in. I'm like, it's time to like do something for other people, like just not for like myself and my wife. Like that was always my why. It's like I made this promise to myself and to Ashton that like I'm gonna bust my ass to do X. And like once I think after that year end with Abby, at first it was like, hey, I'm gonna bring her on to give myself more time. And like that was like the importance. It was like, okay, I gotta give myself more time. Now it's interesting now where it's like I'm watching her grow. I'm like, that's fun. Like that.
Watching Abby grow?
Yeah, watching her grow. Like, now she's doing deals and like the clients are talking about how much they love her. I'm like, that's like, it's not just about getting time back. So I'm like, it's kind of developing that.
Yeah.
So anyways, long story to answer your question, I suppose.
No, please do. I mean, we got time. We want to know these things. Yeah.
So I was just kind of thinking about like, how can I make this like more like more impactful? Because 6 years ago, if I told myself like I'd be where I'm at, like I'd be like, shit, like no way. I was door knocking in Montbello. Like,
That's wild.
I had a phrase of like, how do I get on your roof? And I was saying in Spanish, and I was saying date forever. Like I was saying the wrong phrase. Like so ridiculous, so ridiculous. But so I wanted to do something like have like a legit change and like I was like, if I can't like find the community, I'm going to build it myself. So I went to the polo, the DCF's polo tournament, and it was like just a lot of fun.
In 2024.
2020 this year.
This year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I made it. So when I was in Cabo, and that was in like April, May, or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something with charity. I'm like, I want to find a way to give back, spend some time. A lot of that was Ashton's dad's like, hey, go to a soup kitchen, like help out, do like just do something outside of just work. Cause I'm like facing this like burnout thing. I'm like, like it's just like I'm just doing deals, like. Yeah. Like this just never stops. Like I'm just doing deals.
What's the purpose?
What's the purpose? Yeah. So he's telling me like go help someone. He's like go to a food kitchen. Go help someone that like needs help. So I sat with that thought. I'm like, I'm fortunate to have a platform that like I can do good with. And the community's built me. Like I didn't know a single person here, and now I'm like, I did over 200 transactions in 4 years. Like the community's helping me out a lot. Like it only makes sense to give back. So I was looking at like different charities, and then I get to a point I'm like, all charities are a scam. I'm like looking, I'm like, this is all scammy. I'm like, no charity is good. And I went to the DCF and I saw like all the dudes like actually working and like doing the events. And I knew a couple people that were involved, and like, hey, you should get involved in this. Like, you really like it. So I started like talking to them, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start a nonprofit, and like I'm gonna start putting every transaction I have, like a portion of that's gonna go to the nonprofit, and like we're gonna give it back to women and kids. Like, it's the goals. Like give it back to women that need it, and give it back to children.
That's great. So you just started it.
I just started it. Yeah, literally.
And then you're like,
started.
let's just do a golf tournament and really kick this
Yes.
off.
I was like, let's just do it. Yeah, I'm like, let's make an impact.
Because when was the polo event? That was odd because I went.
It was the first weekend of August.
So and then so what is the name of your charity?
It's the Dominic Miller Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you partnered with DCF for this, or how are they involved? I know that they kind of got your brain going, but
they got my brain going. I was looking at like Habitat for Humanity and some other like wounded warriors. I'm just thinking about things that like are important to me and I can get behind. And once we did DCF, I'm like, they talked about what really got me was the Christmas for Kids. And like they're going out there and like helping children buy presents for their families, and like I was the kid that on Christmas I got a note from Santa. It's like, hey, your presents fell out of the sleigh this year, So I was like, oh yeah, it's sad. Yeah. It is what it is. But yeah, super sad. But it was. God. But I was like, damn, like that, that like really resonated with me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna like give it to this group.
Right.
And then like the more I looked into it, and the more I talked to like guys that are involved, I'm like, I want to be a part of this. I'm like, this seems great. Like they're doing legitimate work. They're reviewing it. There's one guy that's paid. Like no one's making money off of it, which I think is great. I'm like, they're actually distributing funds. I think they raised over $1.5 million last year, and I talked to them. They're trying to raise over $2 million this year, and I'm like, yep, this makes sense.
This is
I'm
it.
like, let's do this.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, we've known a lot of people in DCF and that have been a part of it. A lot of really successful dudes, and we're hearing the same thing. It's it's legitimate.
Yeah.
And all the funds that nobody takes a cut, and they're doing it out of the kind of their hearts to truly give back. So then, so in August. You join that, it gets your brain going, and then in September you hold a golf tournament.
October.
It was
October.
like 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
Was it
October 5th.
Yeah.
October 5th.
Yeah.
That's right. And you raised just shy of $20,000.
Yeah, $19,206.68, I think.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Did you realize how hard it was to put on a golf tournament? Because
no.
I've done one in my life years ago for this company I used to work for, and I was like, this is hard, and it took months and months and months of planning. So for you to throw it together in the way that you did, because it was very well done. You had the sponsors,
the whole hecklers.
Like you had it. It was well done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That means a lot.
Yeah,
we've done a lot of tournaments, so.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the longest drive girl that you have to try to get out or get closest to the pin.
Yeah.
Who's that PXG professional? Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Who helped you? Poor little Abby put this
just
together.
Me and Abby. Yeah, we did. That's the base. Yeah, I came into the office and I was like, hey, we're gonna do a golf tournament. And I'm all like manic. I'm like, we're gonna do a golf tournament. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna raise a bunch of money. We'll give it to the kids. And she's like, you know how much work goes into? And I'm like, it's fine. We have 2 months. And she's like, we need like 8 months. I'm like, no, it's fine. We'll like figure it out. So I don't know. Like I think like
discipline.
Discipline, yeah. And like I'm reading this book. It's good timing right now actually, but it's called From Surviving to Scaling, I think, or something. The Science of Scale. Yeah, it's The Science of Scaling, I think, is the book. And it talks a lot about how like people optimize their time and how they use their time. And I've always been that person where it's like, oh, like I'll just cram a week before the test or whatever, right?
I've always been the same too.
Yeah, and like honestly, I'll do the best work. Yeah, I'll do the best work when that happens. And I think that like if I gave myself 4 months, I would spend so much time thinking about what I need to think about. When I have like a very condensed timeline, I just have to like make it work. And like what I did, I'm too prideful, but like I bought this giant check, and I'm like, I'm going to put the money. One, I've always wanted to have a giant check. I think it's
Who
so
doesn't, right?
I know. Yeah, I was like,
Who
it's so
doesn't?
cool.
Like the sweepstakes that you see when you're a kid on
Where'd
like
you buy it
Channel
from?
3.
Amazon?
Amazon. Yeah, I think Amazon, like, and they custom made it. I'm like, I always wanted a giant check. So, but
We
that's-
saw the pictures just go out on it, so you just posted it.
I was so excited.
Hell yeah.
I was so excited.
Giant
It's
check.
so silly. But I did that because I was like, I'm going to write the amount on the check and then like we'll share it with everybody. So like if I only raise $4,000, like I'm gonna feel like a failure. So like I just had to set that end goal and then like, okay, here in 2 months we'll make it work. I don't know. There's no like magic story. I suppose we just like figured it out.
Yeah.
Made it work.
Yeah.
Made it work. And what is part of you're part of the Wings Foundation? What is that?
So Wings is a women's support group, and it's oriented like women solely, and it's just trying to help women grow and get to a better sense, essentially. So like most of them, the primary focus of that is like women going through divorces, and so we'll do like a workshop once a month. Nadia is the person that runs Wings, and she's like a financial analyst. So she'll help a lot of people after they get through the divorce understand like, okay, a lot of women don't understand like their monthly payments or where.
So that's actually so true.
Yeah, like true, right?
Yes.
Like they don't know, and like a lot of them, it's interesting. Like there's always like a sentiment tied towards the home. Like the home's usually, from what I've experienced now, is like that's usually the biggest. It's like the kids in the home.
Yep.
Those are like the two main focuses.
Yep.
And then like you'll see these women that they'll like go in and they try to refinance, and then like now they had this giant payment for no reason, right? And like they could find their way into getting something better.
Yeah.
So we hold a workshop once a month, and yeah, it's all just geared and oriented around like how do we help women that are going through some sort of struggle or maybe even about to go. Like sometimes they'll go there when they're like trying to plan their divorce. Like this one woman recently, like very mean husband, like physical and tracking her all the time. It's like, okay, how do we, I'm like, okay, well, we can get you like a private email. And like then I'll show them like there's like an app on your phone where you can set up a text message where you can get text to the app so you can't see it on your phone log, right? So just like trying to help them get through like that process and get to like a better piece.
I love that. And that's huge because we see that a lot because, I mean, refinances are happening now that, yes, rates are going down, but we always do refinance transactions typically because it's a divorce.
Right.
And when you talk to somebody, and it could be the husband too.
Sure.
But, the person who never really paid the bills or did most of that, and then they come to you as an expert because they don't really have anybody to talk to. And they're like, well, how do I make this payment? What do I do? And like, yes, we can help, but we're not analysts, and we help as much as we can. But I definitely do see a very large need for that. So it's like now we can kind of point them in a direction.
Well, and think about some women that got divorced. Their husbands paid the bills, did
And
everything,
they have-
Correct, yeah.
and now they're just like, that's very good.
Yeah, and it's like they're and like I'm not gonna pretend like I know what that feels like, but I'm sure it's like, well, where do you go? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And so there's always like a divorce attorney that's there, and the divorce attorney will talk through like, how can you set yourself up appropriately if you don't have funds for an attorney? Here's like grants, and here's other ways you can you need to get representation. It was like really it was awesome. It was eye opening. There's a lot of things that I didn't know about, and like I should, because again, most of my transactions are like people going through divorce. Like that's honestly a big piece of it. So huge piece of it. So once I got approached by them, I'm like, this will be, I can help. And like immediately then I'm like, oh, there's this lady that like she's getting screwed by her husband. Like we're under contract and he's like doing demands and whatnot. And I'm like, hey, talk to Nadia. Like she can get, and she's like, thank you so much for helping out. So just like, how can we make sure this is, again, like back to the purpose thing. Like it's not just a transaction. I can help you more than just like getting the house.
Yeah.
It's like it's never about like buying the house. Like it just really isn't.
That's literally what we named your episode is purpose over transactions.
Yeah.
And that's like literally what you're getting to now.
Yeah.
And that's so cool. I just think so a portion of every bit of transaction that you do, and we know that you do a lot,
Thank you.
goes towards Dominic Miller Homes.
Yeah, Dominic Miller Foundation. And then where's Dominic Miller Homes of the business? No, it's kind of intertwined. And then so then what we'll do is we'll send it to DCF, and then we'll find other companies that's gonna. DCF of course is for children, and then I want to find a good program for women. Wings is great.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another one out there as well that we're kind of siphoning some funds in there too, and then like. It's a little bit, but I think every little bit helps, honestly, and I think that will like help. That will help me get through like, hey, this has been a lot. Like this is it just gives you like a little bit more of a drive, I think, realistically, and like more meaning and more purpose, like what we're actually doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And when I asked you earlier, like, what do you think it is that makes you so successful? Your biggest thing was, discipline, good phones, good phone sales and things like that. But I also, you care.
Yeah.
You're definitely a people person. You came from a rougher background than most. And like you said, it was community. You support your community. You care. When you talk to me, you look me in your eyes. A lot of people don't do that. Or conversations are just very surface level.
Sure.
And I could just tell that you truly care. And I know you're
Thank
so
you.
humble and you didn't want to
you.
mention that, but I think that that's a huge part to your
appreciate it.
success with your discipline.
Yes,
It's a lot
yes.
of puzzle pieces. So I think you just need to give yourself some grace there.
Thank
I had to
you.
do it for
Yeah,
you
thank
because
She
you
did.
don't
She
want
called
to.
me after that event where I couldn't make the happy hour, and you're like, I sat and talked to Dom, and I think he's just the most amazing
I was like,
person.
that's
"You're
nice.
really
Yeah.
freaking
Thanks.
cool.
Yeah.
You're
Thank
really,
you.
because most people come up to you, oh, how are you? How's business?
Yeah.
Cool. And they walk away. And you're
Yeah.
like, how are you? How'd you grow up? You
Yeah.
know, what are you, what makes you happy? And I was like, what?
Why are you asking me
You
this?
know,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, you care.
Yeah.
And I think that that's
Yeah,
where
it's
you
funny.
get people, and it shows that you care because you're giving back now. And I mean, 4 years, and I know you're a very disciplined and calculated person, and I don't know if you know this, but like, what do you see? What's next for you? Do you see anything next? Do you have big goals, or you just kind of winging it?
Good question. I feel like I'm always just winging it, to be honest.
We
I
all
feel like
are.
I'm just like, it's happening. I want to have I want to get more time. I think that's really important. I think that finding time to, like, I like to fish and I like to camp and I like to ski, and like, I think it's important for like my own mental sanity to like do the things I enjoy. I've put like all of that. I've made like a lot of sacrifices with like friends and family and experiences, like just about business. So it's important to me to find some time to myself, but while still being able to serve the clients appropriately. So realistically, that means like getting some other support staff roles, I think.
Okay.
Taking some time off of Abby so then she can have time for herself and we can kind of grow the team that way. So I want to get a little bit more support so we can, I don't really want to like phase down. I want to keep taking up market share and doing well, of course. But I want to find a way to get more time. And then outside of that, like, I don't know. Honestly, that's a good question. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been focusing on like this year, like, but next year looks like I don't know. So nothing like, I don't know. I just got included in Denver Children's Foundation as like a member, so I'm excited about that.
Huge,
so
yeah.
Spend some more time like actually, working with the kids and helping raise more funds. But I think for the most part, I'm just going to continue being me and doing well in business and trying to give back and just
Love it.
being happy with who I am when I look in the mirror.
I know.
How old are you? 20?
20. I just turned 27. I just turned 27.
I'm behind. And
Good
you
for
guys,
you.
that is why he did 39 million and 3 transactions last year. I mean, you're just a great guy, and we really appreciate you being on, and we
Thank you.
cannot wait until
Yeah, we can't wait to
we
see what you're,
see
yours
what you're gonna
next
do.
year.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too, truly. Me
Yep,
too.
Yep. Well, thank you, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
I appreciate
of
it.
course.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening. This is From the Ground Up. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and check back next Monday for the next episode.